Lovely. Hang on. Perfect. Welcome to Mindful Mornings. Tuesday. Hope you had a lovely bank holiday weekend. We're going to start this morning with one ball. We're going to look at that ball. We're going to feel that ball. We're going to call it we're going to give it a name this morning. I was going to say call it a gratitude ball. So think about the first name that pops into your head. And let's say not say name, let's say word. Think about the first word that pops into your head that represents your bank holiday weekend. Maybe think about something that, think about some fun you had, or think about, I don't know, wrap everything up that you feel about that bank holiday weekend into that ball. And let's just throw it back and forth. Let's start here. This week's, oh, we've got somebody else popping in. Let's wait for Kat to get in. This week's theme is imagination, illumination, and excitement. So just throw that ball back and forth. Yes, Kat. Morning, Kat. Let me change the view on that. So we just started off with this one ball, throwing back and forth. This week's theme is imagination, illumination, and excitement. I'm in a different place today.
Yeah, so I see. Is anybody else here? Is it just you and me?
No, it's just you and me, and then the live camera as well.
Okay, sorry, I'm a little bit ingrained today, but I wanted to be here.
That's all right, just be present, yeah. Pick the juggling balls up as you want. Did you have a good bank holiday weekend?
Yeah, we went to Cornwall. We were lucky with the weather. It was amazing.
It's a shame that it's changing today,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ground ourselves to start with. So let's plant our feet into the ground. Let's just take a couple of breaths. So we've just named that ball. We've just give that ball a word, okay? And let's just take 3 deep breaths in. Let's do it over 6 seconds. Let's do that together. So as we breathe in, let's think about all of those positive things that happened over that weekend, and let's just breathe out anything that we're holding on to this morning for our week, anything weighing heavy on us, just for the next 20 minutes. So let's take a deep breath in, 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathing out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get a little bit faster on this next breath, okay? With the ball, maybe toy about with opening and closing your hands as you breathe in. Expand those lungs and breathe out. Let's take that breath in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathing out, letting go of anything you're holding on to this morning. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So on this next breath in, what I want you to do is I want you to think about one thing that got you excited this weekend, one thing that made you really excited. So the theme is excitement, imagination, illumination. So we're going to just jump right into excitement. We're trying to bring in some of those feelings. If you did get excited this weekend, think about the last time you got excited, whether it was last week or the week before or whenever. Think about a situation. Let's take that breath in again. Let's just let that run through your mind. 6, breathing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you breathe out, feel that excitement. Find it inside you. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's just for a minute, let's just toy about with throwing the ball in different ways. So maybe throw it in front of you, behind your back. Let's just get your brain switched on. Maybe as you throw the ball, do something with your other hand. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trying to make the ball not your focus. Try and make something else your focus. I've gone from that freezing cold space into a lovely warm room, and I'm not used to feeling this hot when I'm doing my juggling in the morning. So stay connected to that breath. Think about that word that you've thought of this morning, and just think about how you are going to make today an amazing day. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for yourself? What are you going to do if you can't think of anything for yourself? Think about something for somebody else. What is going to make today a good one? And then let's just warm up our body and our arms and our wrists as we go. Let's just take another breath in there. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with, we're going to build up a little bit of choreography with this ball. So I've got a song in my head, and I'm not going to tell you what the song is, but we're going to choreograph this ball to the song over the period of the next few weeks, and then I'll reveal the song at some point, or we'll see if you can guess it in some way. But so what we're going to do is I've got the ball. We're going to just run through 8 different throws, really. So it's all with the side swap. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the ball in our right hand, and we're going to start off with number 1. So 1 goes across. So the beat for this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So there's something on the number and there's something on the and. So we've got 1 and. So your right hand shoots up in the air. 1 and 2. Okay, so we're not going to pass the ball. We're just going to tap the ball on there. 1 and 2. The next and, the ball is going to drop all the way around, or the arm is going to drop all the way around with the ball in hand, all the way around, and it's going to get to about there, and you're going to use your wrist to throw a rainbow over, and you're going to catch it in the other hand. So that is your 3. Okay, so that should come from your left hand over to your right. So from the top, we start with our right, 1 and 2 and 3. And you should catch on that and. I love that. That nearly went out the window. I hope it's not open. Let's go again. So starting our right, 1 and 2 and 3. We should catch that right and over on that and then 4, we're going to drop the arm down to our side and then throw the 4 up and turn the hand over and catch it like this. Okay, so from that position, we've just caught that and it drops down in that same rhythm, so it doesn't stop. It just comes down on the way down. It catches the ball, drop it down, we throw it up, we turn the hand over and we catch it there. So in total, we start with our right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that 4 is thrown on that number, that and hits that leg, catch, bum, there, and then turn the hand over to catch it. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, catch on that hand. Okay, so now this is where it might get a little bit more complicated with roof height, but let's just imagine we've got endless roof height, okay? Because we're going to go with a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8, but obviously we can't probably get as high. I definitely can't with those numbers, so we're just going to throw it as high as we can as we go. So 5, so we've just caught this here. So what's going to happen, we've just caught it on the hand, then we're going to take that and we're going to, from the elbow, we're going to roll it round into a 5. So you should be able to do a 5 where you are. So we're here, 5, and then while that 5 is in the air, I want you to tap your head twice, bam, bam, catch. Okay, so we're here, we've got a 5, bam, bam, catch. 5, bam, bam, catch. So we've got the 4, we've caught it, we circle it, 5, bam, bam, catch. In that same breath, in that same rhythm, as that bounces back out your hand, we have a 6, which is probably the maximum height I've got in this room. So 2 is here, 4 is here, 6 is a little bit higher than that. Okay, so as we throw our 6, that 6 is going to go up. And what we're going to do with 6, we're going to clap, clap, 6, and then we catch it in that same hand. Okay. So let's just go from the top just to get all of this in our head. Right, we start with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Circle it, 5, tap, tap, 6, clap, clap. I can't even remember myself. 6, clap, clap. 7 goes across here, but we're just going to throw it as high as we can. 7, And what you're going to do while that 7's in the air is in the hand that you are catching with. So this should be going from your left to your right. You're going to roll your shoulder. You're going to roll your right shoulder back. Have a little moment of shoulder roll. 7, shoulder roll, catch. And then 8, we're going to just throw up and back down again. So we're not going to add anything to 8. Just that will give us a moment of rest there. I did have something really complicated there, but I think there's already enough to remember with that. So, 8. So let's just go from the top, and let's leave that there for today. We'll move on to the next bit, and then we'll pop into this tomorrow. So here we've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4 turnover, 5 head, 6 cap, 7 shoulder roll, 8 and have a rest and a breath. Okay, there's probably no way we can think outside of that other than just think past that for now, but we will get to it. Okay, I don't think it's at a point in which you know what that song is or could ever guess that, but as we move forward, I'm going to drop you little clues. So let's just grab a second ball and let's just start doing some 3-3s. Okay, so if 3-3s are easy for you, for now, just maybe for the first couple of minutes, just start with 2 balls and just think past the balls. And just reflect again on the bank holiday weekend that you've just had. So we're just going to go through some of your senses, really. We're going to go through 5 senses. And we are going to think of moments that have passed this past weekend. Or if you can't think of it this weekend, maybe last week. At some point in the past, we're going to bring some positivity from there into this morning. So let's think about something that you saw this weekend that made you smile, something that you saw this weekend, last week, that made you smile. Just think past that. Just catch that thought like you're catching that ball. If you are working with 2 and that's easy for you, just do something else with your hands. In whatever way your brain tells you to. So think about something that you smelt this past weekend that made you smile, that was maybe a little bit nostalgic, if anything, last week. Maybe think about the last time you had a moment of a past smell coming to you and you're like, oh, it took you back. It wasn't this week. When was it? Just catch that thought. Think about something that you felt. Think about the texture of it. Something that you tasted, maybe some food that you had. And just bringing all that past into the conscious mind this morning, giving yourself a little smile, being grateful for those moments. And then think about something that you heard this past week. And you can continue with those 2 balls, or in your own time, grab a 3rd ball and just come into that cascade. Again, if you're working with that bridge of 3, have that 3rd ball in that hand. So always start with a hand that's got 2 in it to do exactly what you're doing. But just have that 3rd ball in your hand. And when that 2nd ball gets to the top, just throw it right and out. It doesn't really matter if you drop them. The important thing here is that you get rid of it. So if you're working in this pattern, guys, you're tuning in live as well, and you've got 2-2 and you've been doing this for a while, there is a gap here, there. Okay, so always start with the hand that's got 2 in it first with throwing, and when that 2nd ball gets to the top, all you're going to do is get rid of the 3rd one just once. The important thing is the throws. If you don't throw, you can't catch. Your brain will automatically try and catch because that's the success, right? Because we caught it. We don't want to drop. But get used to dropping because that's, the positive bit, right? Because you threw it, right? Throw. When that 2nd ball gets to the top, all you have to do, it doesn't matter if it goes way over there. Throw it. Even if it drops, let it go. So just work on that third bit. If you've got that and you're working past that, then it becomes that never-ending cycle. So right before you catch, you throw the next ball. And in the beginning, it is very all over the place, and only through practice and through it will become kind of that solid, same motion pattern. So just keep working wherever you are. Have you got any questions with that, Kat, or is it?
Yeah, no, my main question is that I can't do it in the same plane. You know, I know where it needs to go, so that's something, but I just can't seem to throw it in the same plane. And if I could, I wouldn't have to be doing all this.
I wish I could help you with that. That was practice. It's the same for everyone, and it's all over the place. But over time, it just starts to, as you get consistent with those balls, you fall into that natural automatic rhythm.
It's muscle memory, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm obviously not there yet.
So where are we? So let's do, what should we do? Let's do a bit of a visualization this morning. So you can work, if you're working with 3 balls, you can work with 3. And you can just throw in these side swaps, Kat. If you're working with 2, you can just throw in these side swaps wherever you want around what you're doing. Okay, so this morning what we're going to do is we are going to put ourselves in a hot air balloon. Imagining it. That might be something you've done, you'd like to do, you're absolutely scared of. I don't think I could do it. But we're just going to imagine ourselves, and we're going to take some lessons from the imagination. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to start with our basket. So if you're working with 2 balls, we've got a 4-1-1, 4-1-1. It's going to create that box, 4-1-1. If you're working with 3 balls, we've got a 4-4-1. Okay, 4-4-1. So if you want to do it with 3 balls, 4 and a 4 and a 1, and it's going to create that box, 4-4-1. If you're doing it with 2 balls, which you've got a 4 and a 1 and a 1. 4 and a 1 and a 1. If you're doing it consistently with 3 balls, you can just throw a 4-1-1 around that 3-3-3. So the starting point is that 4-1-1. Just get used to throwing the balls up and across. Okay, this is our basket this morning. So what we do is we'll just introduce this idea. If you can think past it, great. If you can't, don't worry about anything. Just think about that is your box, your basket. That is about to leave the ground and venture into the sky. So the next thing in our world is the balloon. Okay, so we're going to represent that with a 3 and a 1. 3 and a 1, 3 and a 1, 3 and a 1. If you're working with 3, you've got that bump, 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 which you can't do too well. But I'm going to try it again. 3, 3, 1. Or just that 3-1. So whatever you're working with, 2, 3 balls, always come back to that cascade, and then up, and then throw in that 3-1. Recognise that 3-1 as your balloon. So you've got 4-4-1. You've got that 3-1, that shower pattern. And what we'll do is I won't add anything more to that this morning, but I will pick that up tomorrow. So just have the last 30 seconds, just of that little bit of practice. Just recognise everything that you've caught today, in hand, in mind. And maybe think about that word that you thought about earlier on. And you can change that word now if you want to and take it into your day. Maybe think about it at various points. Or you can keep the same word. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish off, instead of doing one explosive thing, we're going to finish off with that bit of choreography that we did. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, so we're going to start here. Start in the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Sorry, 5 is head, head. 6, clap, clap. 7. Shoulder roll, and then 8. And let's forgive ourselves because it's day 1 of doing that, but in a couple of weeks we'll have it down. Have a lovely day, guys. Have a lovely day, Kat, and I shall see you back tomorrow.
Thank you. Great. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, bye.
Cheers for joining in live, guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.